You don't start a fire unless you're ready to watch something burn. And someone in this family lit the match. The smoke still hung over Savannah the next morning. Not thick, not obvious, but present, like a threat that hadn't finished speaking. The Vale estate was unusually quiet. No clinking dishes, no small talk. Only tension moving through the hallways like a draft. Judge. Daniel stormed into the dining room, his jacket half-buttoned, jaw tight. "That wasn't an accident," he said. Marcus didn't look up from his coffee. "Fires happen." Daniel's voice sharpened. "At our dock. The night my wife moves in." Marcus finally raised his eyes, a glint of something cold in them. "Coincidences happen too." Daniel slammed his hand on the polished table. The sound echoing in the silence. "This is about her." Versin entered slowly, his presence controlled, absolute low. "Lower your voice," he said, the words a command, not a request. Dang you, turned toward his father, frustration etched on his face. "You knew something like this would happen." Harrison's expression hardened. "What I know is this family survives because we don't panic." O2. Upstairs, in the gilded cage of the guest wing, Alina stood alone. She was dressed, composed, a perfect picture of calm, but her hands trembled slightly as she scrolled through the news alerts on her phone. Electrical malfunction suspected. Minor structural damage. Vale shipping assures stability. She let out a breath that wasn't relief. They were already spinning it. Consulting the narrative before the embers were even cold. A knock at her door. It was Isaiah, his expression gentle, questioning. "You okay?" he asked. She studied him, searching for cracks in his calm exterior. "You knew something was coming." Isaiah didn't answer right away. "I knew tension was building," he said carefully. "That's not the same." Jill stepped closer, her voice a low whisper. "Did Marcus do this?" Isaiah's face revealed nothing. "Marcus doesn't start fires," he said. "He hires storms." Elena absorbed that, the implications settling like ice in her veins. "So this is war." Isaiah met her gaze, his own eyes dark with unspoken history. "It's always been war." At Vale Shipping headquarters, investors gathered around a long glass table, their faces a mixture of concern and greed. Marcus stood at the head, a picture of confidence. "Minimal loss," he said smoothly. "Insurance covers everything." An older board member leaned forward, his voice cautious. "And the rumors about Crew's involvement." Marcus smiled, a predator's smile. "Rumors are useful." Across town, Raphael Cruz watched the same news report on a muted television in his darkened office. His phone buzzed. "Unknown number," he answered. "You wanted my attention," a familiar voice said. Marcus Raphael's eyes narrowed. "You're playing a dangerous game." Marcus leaned back in his office chair, the sound of creaking leather audible over the line. "I didn't start it." Raphael's voice was tight with rage. "You destroyed my business." Marcus's tone chilled, dropping degrees. "No, your signature did." Click. The line went dead. That evening, the family gathered again for dinner. Polite. Toxic. The air was thick enough to choke on. Catherine, the matriarch, finally broke the silence. "This ends if we let it." Marcus chuckled softly, a dismissive sound. "Nothing ends." It evolved. Daniel looked at Alina, his expression fierce and protective. "I won't let them use you." Alina lifted her chin, her voice steady. "I'm not a weapon." Marcus tilted his head, his eyes sweeping over her. "Everyone's a weapon." Harrison set his glass down firmly on the table, the sharp sound cutting through the tension. That's enough. Silence swallowed the room. But silence did not mean peace. Later, Isaiah stood alone on the estate balcony, overlooking the harbor. The damaged dock was a dark scar in the distance, still smelling of smoke. Daniel stepped beside him. "You think he did it?" Isaiah didn't rush his answer. "I think your brother believes fear is leverage, and fear spreads." Daniel ran a hand over his face, the weight of it all pressing down. "I brought her into this." Isaiah looked at him, his gaze steady. "No." This was already burning. A pause, then sirens again. Wailing in the night. Both men turned. Not the docks this time. Closer, the estate gates. Security lights flashed, painting the trees in strobing red and blue. The car had crashed through the outer fence. Daniel ran down the steps. Marcus appeared from the shadows below. Lena emerged onto the balcony above, a lone figure against the night sky. But Isaiah moved first. Inside the crashed car, there was a single envelope. No driver, no note. Just one word typed across the front. Truth. Harrison arrived last. He stared at the envelope like he'd seen a ghost. Marked twos. Marcus watched his father's reaction carefully. Elena watched Marcus. Daniel looked at everyone, his mind racing. Isaiah picked up the envelope slowly. It was heavier than paper should be. The wind shifted, carrying with it the scent of smoke. Smoke has memory, and whatever was inside that envelope remembered everything. You on episode 3, where the envelope is opened and the first real betrayal is revealed. Make sure you subscribe. Drop a comment telling me who you think started the fire. And ring that notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. Because next time, the truth doesn't knock. It kicks the door in.